If you consume any kind of Genshin content, you might have heard this at least once that Genshin doesn't have any endgame. Commission Resin and Battle Pass do count as endgame, but they are not that good. So I thought, why don't I just do it myself? But I am not a developer in Hoyoverse, so the next best thing I can do is make a video about it. If I'm being honest, I don't mind having 30 minutes of gameplay every day. I just graduated, so I have a lot of free time. But once my job starts, my free time will be reduced from 7 hours to maybe 3 hours. And giving majority of the free time I have to Genshin doesn't feel right to me. I like the game, so I would like to see the game end either by story ending or bankruptcy, whichever makes them stop developing Genshin. But I would be lying if I said I don't want better endgame. The things I would be adding are in a way that they wouldn't change the everyday gameplay by that much and also fulfill my requirements. That means once you reach the end game, you can only play the game for max 40 minutes. Co-op is not that important. Difficulty of the game will not change that drastically. Adding infinitely repeatable endgame has the problem of either not being good or the rewards being shitty. The easiest way to make an enjoyable endgame is making game PvP, which not many people want, as they think whales will make things harder for free to play. It doesn't look like they will be adding any PvP content where you will be fighting using your characters. Also, that might lead to faster power creep. How will this lead to power creep? If PvP was in any way related to characters you have and their power level, people will start pulling for stronger characters and they will have to keep making stronger characters. This way the characters that were released just 2 patches back might feel weak. They can make newer characters do similar damage to older characters, but if they want to sell the new characters, they will have to make those characters in some way better than the older characters. If they want to keep the damage of the newer characters equal to the older characters, they will have to make the newer characters have better kits, which they will run out soon enough if they keep using this simple design. So the only way they can make the newer characters better than the older characters will be by increasing their damage, which leads to power creep. So PvP is not a good option. This can be worked around by just making everyone on the same team, which they did in 2.8 patch. What I would do is make the weekly bosses way harder, which can easily be done by increasing their HP. The HP thing might sound lazy, but hear me out. In terms of gameplay, Genshin is divided into two parts, domains and overworld. Both of them have their unique things. The only thing they share is the enemies. So they can't add unique mechanics only to the enemies in Abyss. I am not always in the mood to enter Abyss, but if they add unique mechanics only to the Abyss enemies, I will be forced to enter Abyss, fight through all the floors to finally get to the enemy I want to see. After all that, I only get 8 to 10 minutes compared to the overworld where I can tease them for the whole day just by teleporting to their location. For this reason, increasing HP is the best and only way to make Abyss harder as they normally do. Back to the weekly bosses. I will make only the weekly bosses harder and not the overworld because I don't want to struggle everywhere I go. I am not roaming around hoping to have a good fight. I just want to go on a walk with my waifu. But if the world gets harder, I will have to choose meta characters if I don't want to struggle. This might end up killing the waifu or meta thing. By making the weekly bosses harder, I get to keep the single player experience. If you want to clear the weekly bosses faster, you can go multiplayer. This will improve the co-op experience a little bit. This will also encourage players to raise their healers as they might need them in co-op. Also, players like to play their favorite characters at DPS even if the characters are not designed to be DPS. So if the world gets harder than it is now, people will start using meta characters because majority of people don't like struggling. Second is about the Abyss. Genshin puts a lot of focus on stories. Almost everything in the game is somehow connected to the story. So Abyss having only 12 floors might also be in some way connected to the story. So I don't want to make any changes to the number of floors. The only changes I will be making is to the 12th floor. I will keep the first 3 floors as they are, They are easy enough that anyone can complete, but hard enough that you will have to learn at least 3 team rotations. Unlike the first 3 floors, floor 12 will only have one chamber, and it would be a time trial challenge. I think everyone knows this. You beat an enemy, you get time. If you don't beat an enemy in the given time, you fail. The longer you stay in that chamber, the harder the enemy becomes, which means every next enemy will have higher HP. This will make Abyss just a DPS check, but isn't that what people want? They want to use their strong characters, but the game doesn't give them any content which needs that much power. Multiple rooms, choosing abilities, character cooldowns. Those are fun in their way, but Abyss to me is just a DPS check. I go in, beat some ass, and get out. It feels good to execute perfect rotations and see your favorite character do a lot of damage. Now, the most important part, the rewards. Why would anyone enter Abyss if not for the rewards? I still can't 36 star Abyss, so I am still enjoying it. But I have friends who can 36 star and they say it's boring to do Abyss. I won't be increasing the rewards in terms of primos because giving more primos will create more problem than solving anything. At least that is what I think. If they give more primos, the characters will get worse. If you have more primos, you can get more characters. But if they want you to pay more, they will make the C0 characters worse, which they are already doing with the 4-star characters. For example, moving Raiden's C2 to maybe C4. Because of this, I think keeping the Primo rewards as they are now is better. The extra rewards I would like to add are Acquaint Fates and Artifact XP bottles. Why Acquaint Fates? Because all the 4 stars are added to the standard banner. Giving Acquaint Fates will make getting 4-star characters to C6 a little bit easier, and also you can get more weapons. This is how the rewards will be distributed, and these are the rewards you will get. You will get Primos and Fates only till this point, which will take 10 minutes to clear. But why 10 minutes only? Because that is how long normally it takes to clear floor 12. So if you are entering Abyss just to get the Primos, you will not have to waste more time than you do now. But now you can keep going forward as long as you can. And the longer you play, more rewards you will get. And at this point, which might take 30 to 45 minutes, you will get final good reward, which is a weapon billet. For me, true endgame is not getting 36 star in Abyss, it's leveling up all the characters I have. One thing I noticed is that if you have a character built, you tend to use them more. For me, Lisa. Lisa is not the best character, but just because she is built, I use her a lot. So, if you get more characters to usable level, you will have more choices, which will make you feel like you are not yet at the end game because you have not even explored the characters you built. But right now, you cannot do that as it is very costly to level up a character. Let's say we were able to level up every character with very less cost, it will create a new problem. The characters will have to be more unique than they are now, and they are being held back because of the controls. These controls are fine, they work for other PvP games like PUBG and Fortnite, but Genshin is not a PvP game, so it will need more controls. I won't change the controls. I will keep the simplicity of the controls, but I would add more combinations like double tap and hold, swiping to change into different skill, mid-air skill, swimming skills, jumping skills. I am not sure about the rewards and the difficulty of the game, but more variations to the control is coming for sure. Because of these characters, looking at them feels like they will do different things while being same character. I might be wrong. Last thing I would like to add into the game is new mechanics to the enemies. You might have already heard of these mechanics as other games also have these. Making the enemies intelligent. They are intelligent to create their own language. They surely know about the reactions. So make them use it against us. If we get pyro aura on us, make the electro bow shoot instantly. Make them instantly go into defensive mode if we go to the healer. Give the mages the ability to summon giants. They were able to do that in Shenhe demo, why not in the game? What does defensive mode mean? In Genshin, normally the enemy have so much downtime in between their attacks, which is one of the reason game feels so easy. So after they drop below a certain HP, maybe 50%, their downtime is reduced, and if their HP is reduced by very high amount by just one attack, their defense and attack is increased significantly and they give you no downtime, at least for 15 to 20 seconds. So the only thing you can do is dodge or take damage while trying to kill them. This way you will have to either kill them in one hit, kill them slowly, or learn their attack patterns. And as I said earlier, they will die fast, or people will start pulling for meta characters only. You know Ella Musk? She makes us read poem to the Hillage Shells. If you trigger them, the whole camp will come at you. If that happens, Musk will be like, "What did you do? I wanted to test my poems on them. What am I supposed to do now? I know one more Hillage camp location. Come follow me. We will test on them." If you trigger them again, "What are you doing, man? Can't you read the book?" Same thing happens 5 times before she decides to give you primos. Yes, it will make that commission even more annoying, but I never read about any rule which says you cannot make the game annoying if you want to make the game hard. Last thing is the resin system. I have thought of one way which might make the resin system a little better, maybe in next video.